In this video, I'll make the simple practice drawing, and to make this drawing we only need to use some of the very basic tools like line, rectangle and circle. We also have some additional hatches here and that also will add. So let's start with the rectangle tool, and for that go to the draw panel and click on this rectangle tool. Now click anywhere in the drawing area to start the rectangle and type add on command line and then enter a length of 200 units and comma a width of 152 units and press enter. So here we have the required rectangle. Now we need to add the fillets on all of these four edges of the rectangle, and to add the fillet select this fillet tool and go to the radius option and enter a radius of 12 units and press enter. Now since we need to apply the fillets on all of these four edges, we can do it with a single option by selecting this polyline option from the command line. So click on this polyline and click on any of these lines, and here we have it, the fillets on all of these four edges. Now let's go to the rectangle tool again and click anywhere outside this rectangle and make another rectangle with a length of 120 units and a width of 118 units and press enter. Now in this case also we need to apply the fillet on all of these four edges, and for that I'll go to the fillet tool, click on the radius option, apply the radius of 12 units if it is not already applied, then press enter, select the polyline option, click on any of these lines, and here we have it. So now go to the line tool and click on this midpoint of the first rectangle and make a line with length of 66 units and press enter. Now press enter again to exit this command and go to the circle tool, click on this endpoint and make a circle with radius of 27 units, press enter. Press enter again to repeat the circle tool and click on the same center point and enter a radius of 44 units and press enter again. Now we need to move this rectangle inside this one. So for that select the move tool, select the rectangle, press enter and click on this midpoint and move it on this quadrant. Now if the quadrant is not visible, you can also move it on the intersection point of this line and this circle. And now we can remove this line, it's not required anymore. Now we need to make one more rectangle in the drawing area, and for that I'll select the rectangle tool, click at this point in the drawing and enter a length of 38 units. So type add then 38 comma a height of 32 units and press enter, and here we have the rectangle. Now select this rectangle, click on the move tool, click on this midpoint and move it on this quadrant of the smaller circle. Now if you are not able to see this quadrant, then go to the object snap option, click on this arrow and click on this quadrant option from the menu. So make sure this quadrant option is checked and then get back to the drawing and move it. Now select the move tool and select this rectangle again, press enter, click on this endpoint and move it a little bit downwards like this, and here we have it, the final geometry. Now we need to make some adjustments in this drawing. For that I'll select the trim tool, select trim, press enter, and now remove all of the geometries which are present inside this rectangle like this. Here we have it, the clean geometry. Now we need to add some details in this drawing, and in order to add those details I will select the line tool. So go to the line tool and click on this endpoint, then move it to any height and move it towards the right and enter a length of 40 units. Press enter. Now move it downwards and join it with this intersection point and press enter. So now we have made a line with a random length here. So only this length is known. We only want to get this intersection point. Now go to the line tool again, click on this endpoint and move it upwards so as to make an overlapping line, and make a line with length of 8 units and press enter, and press enter again to exit this command. And now we can remove all of these lines, these are no longer required, and you'll see that we have this line which will provide the endpoint of our circle. So go to the circle tool now and select this endpoint and make a circle with radius of 4 units and press enter. Now press enter again to repeat the circle tool, click on the same center point and enter a radius of 8 units and press enter. And here we have it, both of these circles. Now we can remove this line, it's also not required anymore. Click on the line tool and select the quadrant. Now move your line downwards and click on this intersection point. Now repeat the line tool by pressing enter key and select this quadrant, move it downwards and click on the intersection point. Now select the complete geometry including this line and select the copy tool. Click on this center point, move it towards right and enter a distance of 60 units and press enter. Press enter again to exit this copy tool, and now we can trim these extra portions. So for that, select the trim tool, press enter and click on these two geometries, and here we have it, the clean geometry. Now we need to make a mirror image also. So select these geometries carefully like this, go to the mirror tool and click on the center of this circle and move your cursor towards right and click on this midpoint and press enter again, and here we have it, the mirror image of the required geometry. Now let's zoom into this area and go to the line tool, click on this midpoint and join it with this midpoint here. Now select the offset tool and enter an offset distance of 31 units and press enter. Now click on this line and make an offset in the upward direction as well as in the lower direction and press enter. Now we can remove this line, it's not required anymore, and we need to trim this portion of the line. For that, I'll select the trim tool, press enter and click on this part here. Now go to the circle flyout and select tangent radius, and now click on this line, then click on this line and enter a radius of 8 units and press enter. Now press enter again to repeat the circle tool and click on this center point and enter a radius of 4 units and press enter. Now go to the circle flyout again, select the tangent radius, click on this line and then this line and enter a radius of 8 units and press enter. Press enter again to repeat the circle tool, click on the center point and enter a radius of 4 units and press enter. And here we have it, the geometries as per our requirement, but only we need to trim this sharp edge. For that, select the trim tool, press enter and remove these two geometries, also these two. Here we have it, the clean geometry. Now we only need to add the hatches, and before adding hatch we need to make the final line here. And to add the line, click on this line tool, zoom into this area, select this end point, and now we need to make a tangential line. And to make the tangential line, press and hold shift key, then right click, select tangent, and here we have it, the tangent point. Click there and press enter. Okay, now we can add the hatches. So to add the hatch, go to the draw panel, select this hatch option and click on the area on which you want to apply the hatch. So I'm clicking on this area, and as you can see that the pattern is not the one which we want this NC31 pattern. So select this NC31 and here we have it. If the hatch spacing is not appropriate in your drawing, you can change the scale from this field. So here you can increase or decrease the scale to make it appropriate, and now click on close hatch creation. Go to the hatch tool again and this time select this solid pattern and click on this part of the drawing and click on close hatch creation. And here we have it, the final drawing as per our requirement.